see. Night's gone away, rocks now dead, nothing left today. No one gets today, we've got to see the truth, night's far away. Tell me what you want, here's what you got. Lupins every day, more than we have ever seen. Rocks now dead, don't ask why.
Hi guys, welcome once again to The Locker. I am John, your host, Legends of Cybertron. Now I have not done a video in a very long time, and I mean a very long time. So I'm going to do a Locker Convos, just for a change, because trying to set it all up and get my table out, etc., is a pain, shall we say. So in this Locker Convos, the topic is: who is the alpha of the Omegas? And that pretty much is, there's literally 4 different types of Omega Supreme out there that we could fit in our Legend Scale collection. First off, obviously, you've got MechFans Toys, the original OG as I call him, who, if you look at him these days, is a little bit, a little bit behind the times. Even though MechFans Toys have released a battle damaged version, along with Ultra Magnus and Blaster, and also I think it's a clear version as well. Other than MechFans Toys, right at the same time you literally had 2 Legend Scale sized Omega Supremes come out. Sorry, I keep looking down there because I don't know why. I should be looking there. I always do that. I don't know why. Anyway, Legend Scale Omega Supremes after that, you've got Pangu Toys, and you've also got Newage. And other than that, the other Omega Supreme is Hasbro's Titan class Omega Supreme. Now, I'm going to talk a little bit about these Omegas. I'm going to talk to you about what I think is the Omega, the alpha out of all of them. Okay? Now, a lot of people out there are going to be looking at it and going, well, obviously it's the New Age version. Yeah, probably, if I'm being honest, but I'm not only just going to talk about the robot version, I'm going to talk about the alt mode as well. Now, in your Legend Scale collection, I probably would say Omega Supreme by Hasbro in robot form is too big. I think he's way too big, if I'm being honest. The fact that he's massive, see, he's here, see. Just get him off the floor. So the fact that he's massive, I mean, this is quite a big guy, okay? And even though, just put his gun up at the back, even though he is absolutely fantastic, a well-built action figure, I wouldn't say that he is, let's say, the right size for, I don't know, we'll just go with Warpath here for Iron Factory because it's near me. Warpath from Iron Factory, okay? He's literally like a bit of his arm. I think he is too big. But in alt mode, I think he's fantastic. In alt mode in Omega Supreme is brilliant, because even though he's in alt mode, etc., I would say the rocket is the right size, the track's the right size to have your Legend Scale next to it. So if you were having a display, diorama, etc. of alt modes, and Omega Supreme was your alt mode, was in alt mode, sorry, I would say that this guy is definitely, most definitely, the one you need. Now the other point is, when it comes to Hasbro's Titan class, after a while, I mean, obviously, if it was Metroplex, he is very sought after now, and you're talking, the cheapest you can get him, good nick, will be about 450 quid off eBay, and that's, and then you got Fortress Maximus, and then you got, who's the other one? Fort Max, Triptychon. Yeah, Fort Max, Triptychon, and Metroplex are probably the rarest ones these days. Even though at one point Triptychon wasn't, but I would say he is now. But once those are out of the way, your other ones are like Black Zarak, the Guardian version of Hasbro's Omega Supreme. Who else was there now? Oh yeah, the Ark up there. Nemesis, Scorponok. Scorponok's quite rare as well these days. But Black Zarak and the rest of them are kind of not. Including, is it the Metroplex Prime? He's not very rare, if I'm being honest. He's one of them. He's actually one of the only figures I look at and go, I don't want him. I'm not getting him at all. No, he can. Well, and probably when I'm 84, he'll be about 20 quid and I'll pick him up then. So, there you go. Now, when it comes to Legend Scale Transformers and Legend Scale Omega Supremes, the original OG would be this guy, MechFans Toys Omega Supreme, which, if you're just starting off, he is a decent figure. He's a very decent figure. Very cheaply priced as well. Well, I'm saying cheaply priced. I mean a good price. He's not expensive. Okay. The fact that MechFans Toys have actually re-released him as a battle damage version is actually, testament in itself, because a lot of people still buy him. And if you're just starting your Legends collection, he's a good one to start with. All right. Personally, I like this Omega Supreme. It was always my favourite anyway. In the beginning, because nobody else did him, and he was the right height, the right size, etc. But when Newage Devastator came out, I think Newage Devastator come up to about here on him. It's quite big, quite tall, even though Newage Devastator is very thin compared to Magic Square's Devastator, who is, in my opinion, a better looking Devastator than Newage is. But Newage is a lot better at transforming into Devastator than Magic Square. So they have swings and roundabouts on both sides. But anyway, I'm digressing. This guy is the original Omega Supreme. Okay? And like I say, yeah, he is a little bit outdated. The joints do, crack like that, like normal. All the joints do. The only thing that bugs me is this thing. You can just wave it and it comes apart at the back. It's not very well tabbed in there at the back compared to, say, like Pangu and Newage and Hasbro's. Hasbro's is always covered. They're all covered up, the other three. Covered up like that. But yeah, I mean, I can't complain. In its day, this was a good figure. It really is. But as times progress, things change. And things don't necessarily stay the same. So, this is a good figure. But a little outdated now, I'm afraid. After so many years of joy it gave me to have Omega Supreme in my collection, eventually we got this guy, which was Pangu Toys Omega Supreme. Omega Supreme. Now, with this guy, we all know him as, well, everyone says he was a downscale version of DX9 Gabriel. But there are certain differences to Gabriel to this guy. Only a little bit. Preferably the legs, I think it was, and the claws, I think it was, something like that. Anyway, and as you can see, he looks really nice. And for the price tag, he's cheaper than Newage's Omega Supreme. And I personally do like him. I really do. And the fact that Pangu brought out an extra set of tracks that look more like Newage's now, and you've got an extra claw that actually bends properly now instead of just having a single peg like so, like that. Well, it's not really a single peg, but you know what I mean. A single claw, that's it. Now his claw actually bends round, but you literally have to just take it off. Sorry, you have to take it off. Just there, see, just pull it off and you put the new one on. Okay? And when you go around the back, the track is encased in that bit there, not like MechFans Toys. So, but I think this had a bum deal. Not only is it cheaper than Newage, And obviously people are going, oh, I'm waiting for Newages to come out. Magic Square are also supposed to be bringing one out, but it has actually been, what's the word now? On the back burner, I think, for the last year and a bit. So eventually we'll probably see Omega Supreme, probably by the end of the year, if I'm guessing. And it's only a guess. They haven't actually told me anything. Okay, just a guess. But yeah, I mean, I think I had a bum deal. It's a bit like Titanfall 2 when it came out at the same time. Was it Call of Duty? Something like that. Still considered one of the best games is Titanfall 2. But yet, there isn't much to it anymore. People still play Call of Duty, and that's that. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I do believe Pangu had a bit of a bum deal. And when it comes to alt mode, those MechFans toys and Pangu, their alt modes are not really big enough for a Legend scale. They are, I would say, probably big enough for Doctor Wu, because Doctor Wu figures are like literally tiny. So I would probably use those with Doctor Wu figures if it was me. Obviously, I'm not you. That's entirely your decision. And last but not no means least is this guy, Newage's Omega Supreme, or Michael, age 53. This guy, I mean, I must admit, it's heavy. It's heavier than Pangu. Yeah, a lot heavier than Pangu. Way heavier than MechFans toys. MechFans, see, like, it's already doing that again. Look at that. So yeah, it's literally heavy. I mean, it's very well made. Very well constructed. I haven't actually transformed this. This is the one I had up for the what's the word? 6006 on my website that I didn't sell many tickets for and I had to give refunds for. Which is fine, no problem. It's just something I wanted to try and it just didn't work out. So instead of putting it on my website and basically kicking people in the face with it, I just kept it. So you know, that's just the way it is. Anyway, so yeah, the detailing on this guy is brilliant. The fact that he does he light up again? I think he lights up at some point somewhere. I can't remember now. But he's very nice. He's literally a very nice figure. When you put him next to Pangu toys, there's not much difference at all. I mean, height-wise, he is taller. He's the tallest Omega Supreme Legend scale figure that you could have. Where obviously Hasbro's Omega Supreme is basically better as an alt mode. So, my thoughts on what I think is the best Omega Supreme. Well, they always say you pay for what you get. And if I'm being honest, yes, when you pay the I think it's 30 quid for Omega Supreme or 150 quid, whatever it was. Yes, I can tell he's very well made. He really is very well made. But if I'm going to be completely honest with everyone out there, yes, Newage do fantastic figures, and you can't deny that. Magic Square do fantastic figures as well. So do Iron Factory. But when it comes to Omega Supreme, I got to go with Pangu Toys. He is literally... I mean, obviously, a lot of people say, oh, he has loose joints. Well, yeah, but what's loose joints? You can't just turn it with a screwdriver and tighten it a bit. You know? I mean, look, his leg is loose. But when he's standing still, he's not loose. He doesn't bend over. You know what I mean? He doesn't fall over. He doesn't do anything. If I'm going to say one right now, out of all the Omega Supremes, I would say that MechFans Toys is the outdated version now. Definitely outdated, but good for a startup. Pangu Toys, I would say, is a great version if you want... what's the word I'm looking for? Not a cheap version, but a good version to start off with if you don't want MechFans Toys. The alt mode is pretty damn decent, if I'm being honest. And you get the little dock figure with him too. You get a couple of little explosions or fireballs that come with him. And that lights up. Obviously, he says it, whatever it is in Chinese. I'm not sure what it is. I apologise. But yeah, for well-madness, I'd say Newage. I'm going to have to go with Pangu, I'm afraid. I mean, yes, when I transformed him in the video, his legs didn't fold right. I think my legs on this guy were wrong, or I transformed him wrong. But if I'm being honest, yep, I would rather buy Pangu toys. Just simply put, you could probably buy 5 of these compared to, say, 2 Omega Supremes or 3 Omega Supremes from Newage. So my overall score for me, I would give Pangu toys a solid 8, if I'm being honest. Definitely a solid 8 on that. Mech Fans toys, I think it's had its day, if I'm being honest. If I'm being really truthful here, I would say 5 now. Still good, still decent, but a 5 for robot mode. And robot mode for this guy, I'm going to say 9, because even though I would pick Pangu over Newage, he's very well built, very strong, very heavy, and the plastic seems different, you know, in hand. It feels thicker, stronger. But if you're just gonna, you know, put him on your display cabinet, then Pangu is quite decent enough. I'm just rabbiting now. Sorry, yeah, I like Pangu. And for alt mode, gotta be Hasbro's Omega Supreme. So for alt mode, definitely a Hasbro Omega Supreme, and for me, legend scale figure, got to be Pangu. I know a lot of people might not like that, but it's just what I like. Doesn't mean I don't like Omega Supreme from Newage, because I do. I think he's very well made. It's just that I prefer Pangu. It's a preference. It really is. Nothing more, nothing less, just a preference. So yeah, what do you think? Obviously, please subscribe. Stick your comments down below. Be nice. And I hope to see you all again soon. Oh, and please visit legendscalecollector.com, where I sell all my legend scale transformers that I come across. But yeah, I'm rabbiting now. Please visit legendscalecollector.com. It's been a while since I've done this. Please like, subscribe, and tell your friends about me. See you soon.